This is the Great Legend, and I'm coming at you live tonight with the return of Legends Truth. I'm so excited to be here live tonight with everybody. I didn't know if I was going to come at y'all live tonight with comics or truth, but I was talking to my Comic Core brothers in the Comic Core Facebook chat, the group chat we got going on there, and they wanted to hear some truth. You know, some things have come to my attention about some folks in the Comic Core that you may have not known about. Like some real shady dealings going on with some of those guys from the Comic Core. And I'm unsure what to think about this, but hopefully this video will tell you what you need to know and what you need to look out for in the realm of something known as the Mandela Effect. Okay? So we're going to talk about that. I found out that a lot of the Comic Core members, I don't know if it's because they're just hanging out with the Great Legend, or if they're finally seeing the true light of some of the things that are going on in this reality that many do not see, because for those folks the veil has not been lifted. Will the veil lift for some of these unseeing eyes that cannot see the other 90% of mass? You're like, what? What I'm trying to tell you is, when you have your five senses, you know, you got your hearing, you know, you got your eyes, you can see stuff, you can smell, you can touch, you can taste. But sometimes those five senses, they're all over the place. And you have to fine-tune each five to find out the true jive, or what the real shit's all about. Excuse my French. Now tonight I went to some Taco Bell and it's not sitting too well. I blame Sam's Tangle Web, because he was the one that said, hey, get the Mountain Dew. And I'm like, woo, Mountain Dew? Man, my stomach is all over the place. But let's hope we can get through this video. Now, since this is a video, a truth video, a darker video, and some of you may open your eyes to this surprise. A lot of you are looking for some comics, some cooking, some gaming, some wrestling, but you're not getting that tonight. I'm going to check the chat real quick, but as I do, we're going to play some just suspenseful, scary music. Oh, wait, hold on real quick. Let's go old school Legends Truth when we're really talking about some freaky shit. Turn the light off. Now we're talking. Music Maestro, here we go. Sounds pretty good, you know? Let me know if the music is too overpowering, or if you want me to cut it down. Like that, not too loud, you know, just kind of off in the background, so you can hear the sounds as you walk with me down the rabbit hole. And if you didn't know, it's full of surprises, and you're going to get real excited when you see them and hear them and figure out about some of this cool stuff that you may have not known. You think 2018 was a big year? Well, in Central Standard Time, let me welcome you to the 2019, because that's how we do it on the Great Legend Show. You never know what you're going to get on this show. You don't know what kind of legend you're going to get. Are you going to get the serious legend who talks the truth? And, you know, comics are fiction. Don't get me wrong, but the Great Legend always also has a non-fiction song to sing. And you're happy to know that that's what I'm here to bring. You're only getting it here live on youtube.com/Oddaddy95. Everyone unite. Don't fight. Drink Mountain Dew. Drink a Sprite, because you're going to see some serious shit tonight. Let's see what we got in the chat, because without the chat, I wouldn't be doing this. But before I go to the chat, real quick, let's go into the segue. Big shout out, Comic Core Chad. Big shout out, Comic Spectre Jim freaking Corrigan. Big shout out, Sam's Tangled Web. Big shout out to the Mastodon, formerly known as Don Moser. So many people, Splash Page Comics, Who Dat Comics and Movies. They want to hear the truth. They may not want to hear this truth, but they're going to hear it anyway. Before we get there, let's check out the chat, because as the legend says, that's where it's at. Paul, Midwest Comic Man, if you're watching, sorry, this may be a long video. People, you may want to call home. You may want to call in sick to work tomorrow, because tonight the legend is going to change your life. The chat is hopping. Let's look at it. Hello, chat. What are you doing? Well, it would help if I look at the screen to see what people are talking about. I don't even know how many people are watching this. People are probably like flipping out. All right, 12. We got 2 thumbs down. Hey! We can't all be winners. And plus, come on, man. I've already got all the comic books I want. I don't really have a lot of new stuff, y'all. You want to see Lone Ranger comics? I do like Lone Ranger, but do you want to see it? But no, we're not showing comics tonight. We're showing you something else. Big shout out to Sheila Flamin' Comics. Got her first comic book video done today, and if you're not subscribed to Sheila, you know the way. Click on the 3 dots right next to her name, and when you get over to her channel, make sure you subscribe so you catch all the videos when they drop, because she just won't stop. Give her some love. Give her a sub. Big shout out to the next in line, my main man so fine, Sam's Tangled Web, the architect. Y'all know Bueller, upper echelon YouTuber. Well, Sam is like even higher. So make sure you subscribe to Sam's Tangled Web. The CBG on the LBC, my main man, Comic Book Gallery. He's here for the art. And that dude is very smart. Combining comics with great artistic skills that he teaches to young children all over the world through his YouTube videos. He may not think he's doing that. He may not think that impact is there. But man, he's got his niece. He's got his nephew. They're getting to work. He's showing them some great drawing techniques, and he's sharing those videos. Not only comic book videos, but he's showing all those videos, the comic book gallery videos, with the world. So that's a great thing to do. There's the guy, Comic Core Chad, is in the chat. Good to see Chad. Was chatting with him early tonight. And there's my main man, PD. PD Hobbies. I saw you sent me a message, and we may get to that in a future video. But I'll have to check that one, because PD is here, and it's great to see PD. Thoro Cuboro. Great to see some comic talk tonight. Oh, yeah, comic talk. You're going to get a lot of comic talk. Woo, boy. You're going to love it, though, Thoro Cuboro. And don't forget, we're going to have Comic Core Friday night, tomorrow 9 Central, over there on Comic Core. And then we're going to be having Legends Live Auction returns February 2nd. So make sure you stay tuned for that. You'll be glad you did. You're going to get some great deals on some comic books, and you get to look at me. Two best of both worlds, right? Chat is really hopping, man. I know I'm starting it out a little slow, so fast forward if you need to. Hypnotic Eye. There we go. Now, there's somebody. As handsome Jimmy Valiant used to say, we want some action, daddy. Oh, baby. All right, and Beyond the Blast Doors, David, congratulations, man, for all the success on your channel, getting all those subs. And let's go ahead and get this party started right. So, in this video, this is called Mandela Effect Origin Revealed. Okay? Tonight, we're going to find out a little bit of what the Mandela Effect is. Have you ever heard of this? Have you ever heard of this big-time phenomenon? And if you have heard about it, we'll give you some examples. We're not going to do a lot of examples tonight, because I've done a lot of examples in previous videos on the Legends Truth playlist. If you, like I said, you check it out at youtube.com/oddaddy95, where the great legends always coming at you live with comics, cooking, gaming, and the truth. And the truth is coming at you live tonight. Now, the website I'm using to kind of go by tonight is one of my favorite websites about the Mandela Effect and mass memory effects and stuff like that. It is the alternatememories.com. Now, on alternatememories.com, they also have a really cool online test you can take to see if you are affected by the effect. If you are, like, it'll scare the shit out of you. There's no doubt about it, because you're going to have a lot of questions, So if you are a man of faith, man of the cloth, man of the yoga, or if you have a fucking beard, whatever your pleasure, there's always going to be new stuff you're going to measure to see what is real and what is not real. What really is reality, if you know what I mean. We may try to answer those questions tonight. Have you ever seen a meme? I want to show you this meme real quick. Have you ever seen this meme? Let me let y'all take a look. What if I told you meme? Check it out. All of these. You remember that Matrix movie? And chat, light me up. Light me up, chat. Mr. Rockfish, Sleepy Reader, 666, Beyond the Blast Doors. Light me up. Have any of you ever seen this movie? It's the Matrix movie. This movie is very important. There's several different movies that are very important. Do these movies have hidden meanings? Do these movies have some hidden agendas? What if I told you? Let's go down a little further and look at a meme. Economics and comics. Welcome to the rabbit hole, buddy. What if I told you? Let's keep going. Where's the one I was looking for? Y'all remember Matrix? Yeah, Mr. Rockfish, you remember this? Let's click on this. It's kind of hard to see. What if I told you that I never actually said what if I told you? What does that mean? What if I told you that I never actually said what if I told you? So, this is a classic line. And it's basically Morpheus is about to tell Neo, what if I told you this world you live in, this life you lead, every day you go to work, every day you drive your car, every day you kiss your wife, your husband, your significant other, goodbye for the day, you're going to do your own personal journey in what we know as reality. What if I told you that I never actually said, what if I told you? A lot of you people that have seen the Matrix movie will remember this line. But if you go today and you watch this movie, the very first movie, if you will, then you'll know. And after watching that movie, when Neo has that meeting with Morpheus for the first time, you remember, what if I told you, blah, 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 this shit wasn't real, take the blue pill. Well, in the movie, he never says that. Pretty creepy, right? If you watch the movie back, doesn't matter if you watch it on DVD, Blu-ray, VHS. I don't know if they still made the VHS, but Morpheus never says that line. So, that's pretty weird, right? How about this? You like movies? I like movies. Let's think of another movie. Do we got anybody in the house? What if I told you, Mr. Rockfish says, what if I told you you is gone? And by the way, like for some of the non-believers out there, that's perfectly fine. This is going to be like something kind of interesting, something kind of weird. Oh yeah, look at economics and comics. He brings up a good point. There's another movie, very popular movie, Tom Hanks movie, Sally Field movie. Old ass Mama Gump. Economics and Comics says, what's worse is life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. So Forrest Gump sits on the bench, tells that lady next to him, he's playing with his chocolates, and inside a box of chocolates, a lot of times when you take that bite, you don't know if you're getting caramel, some kind of little filling, you know what I'm saying? Something. He said, Economics and Comics, what's worse is life is like a box of chocolates. Now what, if you watch that movie again, when he sits on the bench, he tells the lady on the bench with him, he'll say, life was like a box of, Mama always told me life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And I may be screwing up some of these lines, but I have my little thing loaded up here. Let me do a search. Let's type in Gump. Forrest Gump. So, I want to get a little quick abbreviation. MMDE. Mass Memory Discrepancy Effect. What is a mass memory discrepancy effect? So, everyone has memories. As a kid, you used to grow up, you did your routine, you read books. Some of you slept with the lights off. Some of you read books in your bed with the lights off. You always had a routine. You always remembered really cool stuff that happened as a kid or as a younger person. But what you may not know, what if those memories that you remembered as a kid are no longer the memories you remembered as a kid? Or if you ask other people about things, like they may say, no, that never was like that. But you, in your subconscious mind, that information is there. It happened. You know it happened. But in today's future that we live in, this digital reality, it never took place. So that's what the MMDE, that's another name for Mandela Effect. It's kind of the more scientific acronym for it. It's Mass Memory Discrepancy Effect. Mass memory, massive memories, a lot of memories. There's a discrepancy in that memory. Something has changed that memory in your subconscious mind to where if you research what that thing you remembered today in this reality, sometimes it never took, the memory will have never taken place. You're like, people will say you're misremembering things. But what happens when thousands upon thousands of people remember the exact way that you remembered something to happen? You ever remember a movie called Silence of the Lambs? Classic scene where Hannibal Lecter is in the jail cell. Jodie Foster comes in. Hannibal Lecter says, "Hello, Clarice." Classic line. I know a lot of you remember the that stuff, but we're not talking about semen. If you want to talk about semen, we'll play Sea of Thieves. But we're talking about that movie, Silence of the Lambs. Hello, Clarice. You'll hear that line all the time. Guess what? That line was never said in the movie. Or at least, not in this reality. Let's check the chat. I know we got a lot of folks in the chat that may have questions. Do you remember any... Oh, yeah, I knew you were going to go there, William Thorg, because that is mind-blowing. William Thorg brings up a good point. There's an awesome movie called Risky Business. And in Risky Business, me and William... Now, William says no glasses, no white shirt. But me and William remember watching that movie, because it was a great movie, Joel, sometimes you just got to say what the. So, I want to show you. Quick clip. Remember Risky Business? Everyone remembers Tom Cruise dancing in his underwear. I know a lot of the women, they probably studied that, like studied that scene. So, I've got this on mute, and we're going to take a look at this real quick. I'm just going to do this little scene here. So currently we have Tom Cruise there. He's kicking up some music. He's going to do the famous dance scene. Yeah, tell me about some of that old time rock and roll. Blah, 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 blah. Soothe your soul. I take a dump with this candlestick. And I'm just a dumbass kid. All right, so anyway, there's this dumb magic egg. I'm going to dance with my magic egg. Ooh, throw it down. Ooh, is he going to do the jump? All right, well, anyway. Whoa, now, it's kind of a weird scene. Okay, he's getting his guitar going. Now, one thing about that scene that you may notice is where's the white shirt? His white button-down shirt, kind of like that pink shirt he was wearing. You see that pink shirt? That doesn't look right to me. I remember a white shirt, and I remember he was jamming with those sunglasses. Now, there's also some parodies of this scene, of this dance. Nanny, that old school show, The Nanny underwear dance by the butler. He reenacts this scene. That guy named Niles, he's going to reenact it real quick. Check this out. There's Niles from The Nanny. Do, 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 do. Now I'm actually wearing the white shirt and sunglasses, just like they did in the Risky Business that I remember from my reality. So he's singing some shit, and well, he's really getting into it. How about this? Simpsons underwear dance. Risky Business parody. Turn up on some of that old time rock and roll. Okay, now the difference with Homer here, I'm not seeing his white shirt, but I do see the sunglasses on him. So, some things aren't what they used to be. That's movies. I'm sure many of you have heard about a classic movie that was made in 1980 called The Empire Strikes Back. Well, in that movie, during the final battle, Bespin, I think it's Cloud City, Darth Vader has Luke on the ropes, and he said, Obi-Wan has never told you what happened to your father. Luke go, and I'm paraphrasing, I don't know the exact line. I'm not Beyond the Blast Doors. Shout out to Beyond the Blast Doors. My friend David and the third Stormtrooper got one of the best shows ever, and we'll drop him another Mandela Effect Star Wars. Now, also, let me time out and go back in time. Were you born in 1985? Anyone that was born 1985 and later, a lot of the millennials and stuff. Sorry, millennials. They're not going to see hardly any of these Mandela effects. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. That kind of goes along with some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about. But a lot of us Gen Xers, baby boomers, and just old timers that are fans of the Lawrence Welk show will know the real deal. Now, not everyone can see these Mandela effects. Not everyone can see these changes. It's mainly just people like me and the other 3 to 5% of the people in the world. So, and it doesn't matter what religion you are. I'm Christian religion. You could be Buddhist. You can be Hare Krishna. You know, you could just like do the underwear dance. You can do any of that, and it doesn't matter. You know, if you're female, male. You know, if you're into girls, if you're into guys, if you're into both, if you're into everything, if you're into comics. Just, it's kind of like you don't choose the Mandela Effect. You don't choose to have mass memory to, you know, stuff, mass memory discrepancy effect. It chooses you. And I believe when the moment is right, the veil will be lifted before your eyes. And man, when you open those eyes up and you're going to see that surprise, you're going to see some of that stuff that you couldn't see before in the reality we live in today. Big shout out to the man in chat. I want to make sure I've got my super chat open. Baka, baka. Legend, possible we have lived this life on a multiverse or another reality. And we have memories of the other reality. These memory crossovers, sick? Well, economics and comics may be on to something. Because after I go through a couple more examples, we're going to figure out 10 possible things that could be the origin of the Mandela Effect. Let's check the chat real quick, and then we're going to take a look at another, finish my Star Wars thing. Chat is really hopping, and I hope I don't miss anybody. Big shout out to Damien, Mr. Rockfish, Beyond the Blast Stores. Economics and Comics is blowing up. We're all AA batteries, he says. Forrest Gump. What if I told you I never said what if I told you? Yeah, youngster, that's what I was saying. I was saying it a little bit too long. That's right, Mr. Rockfish. You remember that one. How did Tony the Tiger's nose turn blue all of a sudden? Don't many of you remember, and I'll have to look at a current pic of Tony. We can do that. We can do that for you right now, Mr. Rockfish. Tony the Tiger. You know, I got a cousin named Tony. A lot of us growing up, we remember Tony the Tiger with a black nose on Tony the Tiger, but now we have a blue nose. Some of us will say we remember the black one, but in this reality that we're currently living in, that our subconscious minds are currently in, that's what we get. We get a blue nose tiger. Pretty crazy. Big shout out to you, Economics and Comics. God bless you for that super chat, brother. What else we got going on? Risky business. Okay, I got that part. That's good. I feel like I get that a lot from family members. You think something happened, and they say, no, it didn't. Youngster King said, maybe it's a dark city. Like Dark City, maybe something is changing people's memories on a massive level. You know, maybe from chemtrails. The original title was Shut Up, Sheep. Little known fact. Oh, okay, so yeah. Dutcham Champs Rock's getting into it. He knows what it's about. Has anyone reverse played some of these changed songs? I'm not sure. Okay, Kirk J. Remember the reversed playing on a soundtrack or an audio track. I will never eat Frot Loops again. You're going to have to go to William Thorg's channel for that. Big time Frot Loops, dude. Big time Frot Loops. I want to give a big shout out. I didn't know. I haven't checked the numbers, but we do have a peak concurrent tonight of 21 watching. We do have 16 watching right now, and I don't want to keep y'all too long. I want to make this maybe about 20 more minutes. If I can get through all the information I'm going to get through with. If you're interested in talking about some of these changes and you want to research a lot of changes yourself, go to alternatememories.com. I'm going to show you a big one for me as a kid when I watched C-3PO. I remember C-3PO, man, all gold, all golden robot. But if you look at C-3PO now in the movie, and like I said, this only happens to me in about 3%, but a lot of us remember C-3PO being all gold in the 1977 original Star Wars movie. what would become episode 4 of New Hope. And now, or I say now, I mean, in this reality, it's always been one silver leg. And of course in Empire, I think he gets all gold back. But when I first saw that silver leg, I was like, what the F is this, William Thorg, I'm going to be given the one. I'm going to be going over quickly this man in the chat, this man that I owe a lot to. This man, it's wild. We don't share the same religious beliefs, but like I said, it doesn't matter what your religious kind of stuff is, or if you even like don't believe in there's a God or whatnot. It doesn't matter. I mean, it just hits people. It's like I feel almost like, and I don't want to like say I'm better than anyone, but I almost feel like I think it's a God-given gift, but it's a gift from somewhere that we're able to see things that other people cannot see in life. And what had happened was, I'll go back in time. I got a message from a great buddy of mine. You see him in the chat, William Thorg, comic book collector, probably one of the biggest comic book collections of all #1 issues. And instead of liking heroes, he's a huge fan of the villains, because villains don't get a lot of love. But William said, I think he started it out, I don't know if you said, are you sitting down? I don't know, but it was something wild, and he asked me a couple of questions. One of the questions I remember him asking was, do you remember the Kennedy assassination? I was like, unfortunately, I do remember that, because my dad's first cousin is a woman that was on the lawn and saw some stuff, also known as the Bolshevik. What was she? People thought she was Russian by some of the clothing she wore. It was really weird. You hear about this Russian woman. If you want to do the research, her name's out there. Her name's Beverly Oliver Massey. She, what's cool about it is my dad's she's really addicted to the old Kennedy thing, because she was there. She was a dancer across from Jack Ruby's club, the club that Jack Ruby owned. So she would frequent Jack Ruby's club quite a bit, met a lot of people, trained a lot of the other dancers and singers. She worked on Oliver Stone's movie JFK. Humongous friends with Kevin Costner, which is kind of freaking cool. And I've always thought about, like, maybe trying to, hey, can you give me, like, Kevin Costner's contact information? I've never done it because I don't want to bother him, and I don't really have much to talk to the guy about. But, so I know a lot about this whole Kennedy thing. I've grew up watching that video, that Zapper video, or whatever the hell it was, where, you saw Kennedy get shot, and it's tough to look at. I want you to think real quick. Ask yourself this question. Do you remember seeing the Kennedy assassination? Like I said, my dad's first cousin was there, in Dallas the day it happened. People thought she was some Russian woman with a headscarf, with a camera, which, by the way, the FBI took the camera. The camera was never seen again. But, and this is 100% truth. You may not believe me on any of that, but that's okay, because what is the JFK assassination other than just one big conspiracy? But imagine, remember, think about it. The big limo carrying JFK, Jackie in the back. Well, how many total people were in that car? In the chat, holla if you hear me. How many people do you remember were in the Kennedy car when John F. Kennedy was killed that day? Let me know in the chat on the side. Let me know in the rewind on the chat down below, and I can give you a little bit more information on this show. Let's check the chat. Make sure my screen's where it needs to be. And read some stuff. Economics says, deja vu, repressed memories from another reality. Very much so. perhaps it could be. I've always thought that because I do get deja vu quite a bit. It's like I've already lived this moment, or I've already felt like I've been in this moment, you know? The blue nose is freaking me out. You know, and that's the thing. Me and William Thorg, when we were young kids, we would look at a Fruit Loops box. That was my favorite cereal. I had it all the time at the babysitter. Fruit Loops on that box. It was an old school Fruit Loops box, box. It was spelled Fruit space LOOPS. Fruit Loops, right? Damn, it was great. Follow the nose. It always knows. Toucan Sam was the man. Like Sam's Tangle Web, but Toucan had a big-ass beak on him, though. He could smell real good. I don't know if Sam can smell that good unless Sam is smelling Taco Bell. But now in this reality, or in this location, or in this place we are at today, and when I say we, I'm talking about everyone else who has experienced the effect. Remember, if you don't see anything, this is the reality that you know. This is your reality. It's always been spelt FROOT in your reality. Things of that nature. Like I said, a lot of the younger people, and when I say younger people, I'm talking folks about 1985 and a little older, and I'll tell you my little thought on that as well. But yeah, so Fruit Loops changed. All kinds of stuff changed. Products changed. Kit Kat, is there a dash in between the kit and the cat? You tell me, I honestly don't know. How about Volkswagen? You may have seen the old classic flip-flop video on the Legends Truth where the Volkswagen car logo, it shifted and changed right before my eyes. It was kind of like I looked at it, and then I took my eyes off in it, and I looked at it again, and it was totally different. Let's check that out so I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. Volkswagen logo, and I'll type in Mandela for added fun. I want to show you a logo here, and I want you to see what you think about this. Economics and Comics, another $5 super chat. Could it be we live the life 1,000 times until we get it right? Deja vu could be a key signal where we have to make the right decision. So sick. Could be. It could be like we're living a choose-your-own-adventure novel, and, we just keep choosing the wrong shit. And most likely, under the current political saga we have between Republicans versus Democrats, we're probably going to be in this cycle quite a bit. Check this logo out. Who doesn't love a good Volkswagen? This Volkswagen logo right here. This was the logo I always remember. And I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor. So I'll say logo on the left that has the V and the W separated in the middle. Logo on the right. The V and the W are connected. Oh, man, I really wish I could show you that clip from Back to the Future. Oh, there's so much stuff, Back to the Future's insane. So, you remember the Libyans that chased Marty? Well, I remember a white Toyota van in that movie. We got Volkswagen, right? We got the Volkswagen van there, but what about the Toyota van? Does anyone remember like a van like this? Right there. But it was like, I think it was either a silver or a white van that the Libyans, put his head out. This is actually a video. If you do Mandela Effect Back to the Future, that's one of those. Now, another thing is when you look at this picture here in the Mandela Effect Back to the Future movie, if you look really close, you could see there is a space. You get a little closer here. There's a space in between the V and the W, but when it cuts to this scene here, it's connected. You see that? How it's connected The V and the W is connected there, but right at that scene, it's disconnected. Connected. It's connected there. I can't really see it there, but it looks all connected. Let me actually take a look at what Volkswagen looks like now. So we have a couple of Mandela effects there we're going to get to. Wow, that's big print. So yeah, that's the current logo with the line through it. But during the Back to the Future movie, I remember a movie where it was a Toyota van. Then this Volkswagen van appears. During the Volkswagen, or during the Back to the Future movie, you'll actually see a shift, a reality shift that gets filmed on that movie. If you have this movie on Blu-ray, I highly implore you to start freeze framing when they go to different camera cuts. You'll see the Volkswagen logo change right before your eyes. And that's what I saw. I saw that happen again when we were on our way to eat Mexican food one time. We were right behind a Volkswagen. My wife also sees the Mandela Effect. And when I pointed it out to her, she didn't know anything. On mine, it was VW was connected, because for me it was VW was like that, the original, with the line in between. That's how I remembered it. But when I found out about Mandela Effect, the VW was connected, and then, probably months later, it changed back to where there is now the line in between the V and the W. So that's a really weird one right there. Let me check the chat real quick. Comics with Bueller. What's up, brother? Great to see Comics with Bueller. Sleeper Reader says maybe it's time travelers messing with the timeline over and over again, stepping on the butterflies like the butterfly effect. Now, I don't do flat Earth. I don't really do that, because if you go outside and you look outside, if you look straight up in the air when you're outside, and then while you're looking straight up in the air, then bring your eyes down, and then bring your eyes down to, perpendicular, and then turn all the way around and look all the way around while you're looking up the sky, you can pretty much see it's a dome. It's like, it looks just like a dome up there, right? A dome is circular shaped. You got the sphere. I mean, that's basic. Flat Earth people are, I believe those to be the ones that just are the followers. They're like the sheeple, because there's sheeple in every community. This is the truth community. And when I say truth, I'm talking about the truths that the powers that be, those kind of Illuminati, if you believe that they're something like that, George Soros, all these names, these big time names, this is stuff they don't want you to see. But it is my duty, hell, it's my God-given duty, especially if I can mix in some good Bible stuff on y'all, but I won't do too much of that tonight. But is to kind of let y'all know and open up your eyes to some bigger shit than comic books, I love comic books for my escape, and don't get me wrong, we're going to be doing comic book videos, but this is kind of stuff that'll let you think about life and the life you live, so it's very important. Sunshine, they came up out of the sunroof, yeah, and, got the bazooka and everything. Exactly. It was always the Volkswagen bus, but I thought it was orange. Well, you never know, because things are looking all weird, man. Bob World, it's great to see Bob World in the house, man. I love seeing Bob World in the chat. Knights of Old, Neil Adams has some crazy earth-expanding beliefs. I think a lot of folks do. Grant Morrison, there's a lot of people that do that stuff. By the way, if you didn't know, I'm going to take my headphones off real quick. I had a question the other day. Someone didn't know what I look like with like hair and stuff. So I've got hair, I've had long hair before. I've had short hair. This is what I usually get it cut pretty short, so I don't have to get it cut again. But let me show you my hair. This is kind of a little break in the material. So yeah, I mean, This is my hairdo right here. I mean, it's not combed or anything. You got the fade, I kind of got the beard looking good, trimmed it up on the sides, kept it down low. That's how I roll with it. But we'll take the beanie off a little bit because it's getting hot. What else do I want to get to y'all with tonight? You're gonna get me all off kilter, but I could show you that Duck Dynasty hair. It didn't look as good as Kingdom Comics, but man, my long hair was pretty sick. So you've seen some Back to the Future. I mean, like, I can go on and on. Let me go real quick back to this and Beyond the Blast Doors, David. I know you know this one. So he says, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me you killed him. No, he goes, like, wait, damn, now I can't remember. You told me you killed him. No. Luke. Did he say, no, Luke, I'm your father? Or was it just, Luke, I am your father. No, I am your father. Yeah, that's how it was. It was, Luke, I am your father. That's kind of what I remember watching the shows. Huge Darth Vader, Star Wars fan stuff. I remember him saying, Luke, I'm your father. And funny story is, a lot of people around that time that were in their 20s or so, when they saw that film in 1977, what was so funny, they become humongous fans of Star Wars, as many of us have, and they actually named their kid Luke so they can say, Luke, I'm your father. If you watch some interviews with James Earl Jones, and he'll talk about when he got the script, when Lucas gave him the script, and Jones is saying what he remembered, and in the interviews Jones says, Luke, I am your father, in the interviews. So something like that is when you see a Mandela Effect change, if you can see the change, if you're one of the lucky ones where the veil's been lifted, if you could, and some people may find it unlucky, because it all depends on how your own mind can deal with the new facts that this world may not be what you think it is. So it may be kind of weird. It may be kind of tricky, Let's go ahead and get some more. You know what? I accidentally turned my music off. So let's get some more music turned on. How about it, Freaking can't believe I screwed that up. Let me check the chat while I'm doing that. Luke, I'm your father. That's what William Thorg remembers. So people are talking comics, and that's good too, man. What about Bo and Luke Duke? What about them? Dukes of Hazzard? I love Bo and Luke Duke. That's awesome, man. Let's get back into some scary, suspenseful, and weird. Let's play it together. All right. Okay. No, thank you. Let's get back to that. Sounds a little bit better. Damn, this is even good to rhyme to. So whether you're feeling black or blue, don't let it affect you. Mandela coming at you live with MMDE. Surprise when you open those eyes. Matter is only getting fatter, cause you don't even see it, do, but you believe it. Seeing the movies, seeing the TV, eating the food, reading the labels. You can't see me, but Mandela Effect can, and it's in my land. And when the veil is lifted, you'll be losing your mind in your hand. What's going on? The legend singing songs, I'm rolling freestyle all the while. Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee both got shot and died, but not now. Understand why? Now William Thorg, I think you're joking anyhow, because I remember Brandon Lee, I remember Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee had some problems in his head, and I don't know how he died. I don't know why he's dead. Something must ain't be right. But if you open your eyes and you can see the light, I said Brandon Lee, he was a crow. If you didn't know, why am I rapping? I need to get on with the show. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to have a mic drop, but that's okay because the legend does anything he does every day. Let the rhymes fill the times and bringing the shivers to mind because it may make you scared. I don't understand. I hope it don't. You need to be not afraid. Damn, it's time to get laid because the great Alright, sorry. I'm just showing off. I'm not trying to cough, but I got to turn this music off. And if I don't, I may not care. I might be rapping, hell, even in my underwear. Maybe with shades on, pink, white shirt. I don't know what damn color he was wearing, but I know it hurt when he dropped his egg. Damn, he had to get that back. Oh, shit. All right, let's turn it off. Damn, nice beat, man. Now that is some shit I can rap to. Let me turn that down a little. Oh my God, that's why it's so loud. Sorry about that. The rhymes are so loud, but I know you're feeling proud because the legend keeps rhyming. All right, let's get this down. Damn. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. But we'll leave the rhymes up so you shut the up and you can watch it on the rewind because that's the best time. And then when you can do it, you can always keep it on the loop and, you know, listen to it while you okay, sorry. Let's turn this down. We're going to get, okay. All right, I don't even know what I was talking about. So beyond the blast doors, I want to know what the fam thinks when Dad starts rapping like this. Normally, I don't do it in front of them. It's just something I did as a, you know, it's something I did. And when I was a kid. Now, it's kind of cool. I still got to turn this music down, though. Damn, it's just too loud. All right, let's do it like that again. So anyway, let's skip Star Wars. And now I've got your attention about some of these things that have changed in my eyes. But I want to go ahead and get on with the surprise and let you know 10 possibilities of why the Mandela Effect is in existence. Or, you know, it's like the origin of the Mandela Effect. We're going to take a look at some different possibilities that could have caused the Mandela Effect. So let's check that out, and I'll tell you some. Let's see. Do I got any good... you know, you said Bo and Luke Duke, didn't you? Someone said Bo and Luke Duke in the chat. And there's also a phenomenon known as synchronicity. It's like when someone says something in the chat, then there's, you know, normally it happens in seconds. You know, if you're reading a book and right when you read a certain word, you hear that word on the radio or the TV that's also on at the same time. I think it's kind of like a greater power telling us something that, hey, I'm still in control, you know. So take that what you will. But let me show you this one. This was kind of cool. I found this one out today. And, you know, I haven't really looked into it. But like I said, I was inspired because some of my Comic Core brothers, they're actually seeing the effect. And I'm going to get back real quick to William Thorg and give my origin story before I go into some of the origins of what possibly could have created the Mandela Effect itself. This is the Dukes of Hazzard car color. When I was a kid, and when many of you were most likely kids, I remember that Dukes of Hazzard car, dude, was like orange, man. You know what I'm saying? Orange car. I mean, who could forget the Wild Dukes of Hazzard TV series from the 70s and 80s? Just some good old boys. Never meaning no harm. The swashbuckling heroes, man. Ask anyone what color it was, and you'll most likely get the instant response of orange. And whilst many photos today show that's the case, the others who say red are actually correct. At least technically. That's because it was painted flame red, which is confusing because it's a shade closer to orange. Wikipedia says it was originally painted orange, but blotches appeared, so they switched to the GM code 70 flame red paint color. There's people that have passed away. When did David Carradine die? Starbucks coffee. Fozzie's jacket. You know Fozzie from, remember that? Originally, when I watched the Fonz on Happy Days, I thought it was a black jacket. But if you look at Happy Days on TV Land or whatever, you're going to see that he has a brown jacket. So there's all sorts of cool things. This is on alternatememories.com if you want to see some Mandela effects, or there is a link here to take the test on alternatememories.com. You can take the test right here and find out if you're affected on their homepage. Do it right now. Open it up in another tab, and get in on this. See if you're affected, See if you can see what the 3 to 5% of the people in the world can see. It is sick. Anybody remember a game called Demolition Derby on PlayStation 1? Remember Demolition Derby on PlayStation 1? What if I told you, I just love that. What if I told you that it is actually, in this reality, Destruction Derby? Pretty crazy, right? Sleepy Reader says he was cooler in the universe where he had the black jacket. He damn sure was. A comic book gallery, I love you, brother. Never meaning no harm. Who was that? Was that Merrill Haggard, I think? Comic G-Man. Just a good old boys. Yeah. Yeah, man, I tell you what. Damn, it's insane, when you think about it. There's this classic, and we know this one. The Unabomber was an MK. An MK Ultra is another truth video. I've done truth videos on mind control. I don't want to mess with y'all too much on that, but I do know some mind control stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I don't do that to my audience. But be very careful when you watch YouTube channels. Well, okay. Watch the Legends Truth playlist on youtube.com/rdowdy95. Watch my video on mind control and study up on it, and do your best not to get sucked in by people that try to do little mind control techniques, like if they repeat certain words, like if they repeat I'm not even going to go there because I don't want anyone to feel like I'm taking shots at anybody. But it's very interesting, and it's people could use it to do some pretty, not good stuff, All right, let's get off Ted Kaczynski. Is this Kaczynski here? Yeah, it's him. Let's get this freak off our screen and let's go to the origin of the Mandela Effect. But I'm going to kind of read you some of these and, just kind of show my face. And that way we can also check the chat as I read along. And if you want, go to alternatememories.com, open it up in a tab, and read it with me together. If you want to do that, we can do that. Let me get off this. Hey, there's Picard's crystal. Yeah. There it is. The particle collider. CERN always has some crazy stuff going. Did the Fonz wear black in the Lords of the Flatbush? Dude, you're going back. I don't know. Lords of the Flatbush. Is that like an old Fonzie movie? I remember when him and I think, was it John Candy? They ran like a funeral parlor or something. I remember that old movie. I think it was called Night Shift, I think. Some of this crap I really have to go back into my own head and pull it out, because it's like some of this stuff I just I kind of have short-term memory issues, but the long-term memory I can really remember. So it was a movie, CBG. Oh yeah, magician used suggestion to make us think of something else while they do a trick. Oh yeah, kind of like bait and switch. There's Febreze. Wow, did they change the name back? What the F? Hold on real quick. There really never was a product. Oh, yeah. Okay. God, there's so many of them. Look at Febreze, right? People remember Febreze. F-E-B-R-B-R-E-E-Z-E. But if you look at all the products in the stores, all the products on the internet, Wikipedia, instead of having two E's in the middle, it now has just one E. And that's the Mandela Effect that convinced this guy here that there is something out there called the Mandela Effect. Okay, so before I get started, let me go back on my screen. I want to tell you a little bit more about William Thorg. And he messaged me November, I don't remember the exact date. I guess I'd have to go back. It was about November 2016. And he opened up my eyes. He asked me, and none of y'all answered the question, I don't think, or maybe there was just too much lag. But I asked you how many people were in the Kennedy car, and that's all right that y'all didn't answer. You know, y'all know the answers in your head. It's like looking at a card. Just remember that card you saw in your head. The Kennedy assassination car. I'm going to tell you, I remember 4 people in the car. I remember JFK and Jackie in the back seat with Governor Conley in the front passenger seat. And then there was a guy in the driver's seat. I remember when the shots came through. One went through, I want to say Governor Conley. There was one that, you know, when it hit him in the head, it was always back and to the left. They always said back and to the left as far as the way the trajectory of the bullet hit. So I'm going to find a picture of the Kennedy car on the assassination day. And we'll get you some images here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. I guess I'll bring this one up real quick and then kind of let y'all check this out. This is the motorcade in Dallas, Texas. And here it is. You can see, yeah, it kind of sucks y'all can't see my mouse cursor. Let me fix that real quick. Well, I got it on capture cursor. Let's just do it like this. Okay, so we got JFK right here. He's cold chilling in the back where he normally is. There's old Jackie right there doing her thing. Governor Conley's right here in the middle. Hey, what the F? I thought Governor Conley was in the front seat with this guy. I could have sworn Governor Conley's wife was in another car. There was 4 people in this car. What do we see here? 1, the driver. Another Secret Service guy, number 2. Number 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 6 people in this car with a weird window partition. Like, what the F? What the hell's going on here? Economics and comics, you definitely have the effect. Welcome. The veil's been lifted for you, brother. Economics and Comics says, wasn't it originally 4 and now 6? Is this freaking photo? Is this like doctored or something? I mean, like, what the hell's going on? There's a film. Hey, there's a good channel right there. Look at that guy. Yeah, Mandela Effect, baby. All right, so let's do this, the Zapper film. Of course, I don't know how to spell Zapper. Is it, give me like a bug zapper? Check this out. This is the HD quality of the Zapruder film, and this is going to be a lot different. I don't know if I should play this in the video. You think it's Photoshop? You know, probably so. We're going to watch the video of the Zapper film, and I want you to remember a couple of different things in this video. Let me get back on my own camera. I don't know why I'm showing you my stuff there, but people that have the mass memory, deficiency effect, we remember 4 people in the car. I've shown you the picture. Looks like we have 6 people in the car. Now remember, the shots come in. They hit Kennedy. One, hits him, I think, in the chest. The same bullet that went through old Governor Conley. Oh my God, there's just so much crazy ass stuff. This is gonna blow your freaking minds, actually. This thing I'm gonna show you is gonna change your life. It's gonna open up the rabbit hole, and this is, if you're uncomfortable seeing this assassination film, please, don't watch this video. I'm going to explain something first to you. As a kid, I saw this a lot of times. We studied at school. I remember when there was the shot hit Kennedy, and a piece of his skull landed on the back hood of the car, and from the trajectory. And what had happened was, Jackie gets on the back, and she's trying to grab for that skull piece, it looked like. Another Secret Serviceman jumped on the back and said, "Get your ass down, girl. You're going to get shot at." But I want to take you back a little bit further than this. Okay? Well, let me show you the film real quick. Whoa, 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 whoa. Before we get started, though, where's our scary-ass cool music at? Come on, music. Where's my music? No music anymore? Really? Oh, there we go. There's some music. No, I don't like that. I like this. I like that right there. This sounds pretty good. No, actually, let's do this one. It's called Simmering Anxiety 3. Let's do this, because I had some anxiety today. Okay, Zapruder film. Let's check it out. Sound off. Cue it up. Close your eyes if you don't want to see the blood and all the bullshit. And I want to appreciate each and every one of you that is watching this live, because I'm doing a lot of like clips that are probably, they may hit me with some copyright strikes. So, Jesus, y'all can drive a little bit faster. Oh, there we go. Now, if you look at this film does have scratches. You can kind of see they're coming in from this side. But let's keep looking. Sunshine or Economics says Jackie's the type of girl you never let go. Let me tell you, after you hear some stuff I'm going to tell you that happened that is now in this reality, maybe he should have went with Marilyn Monroe. Watch how the cuts in the film, how they aren't lined up. Here comes the car. There's Kennedy right here. It's kind of blurry. But look, there's still the 6 people in the car. The driver, Secret Service man in the front, Governor Conley. I think a shot just came through. Governor Conley got hit right here in his right shoulder. He's already turning. His wife, Governor Conley's wife's looking at him. 6 people in the car. I remember 4 people in the car. Governor Conley in the front. Let's keep looking. Watch Jackie really close. You remember the skull piece that landed on the back of the car? Let's see what happens. Remember the skull piece on the back of the car? Where's the skull piece on the back of the car? Guy says, get your ass back in the car. All right, so I want to tell you a little quick story. And this is going to kind of scare you. Okay? You saw right there. Some of you, like I said, if you're born a lot later, like 85 or later, or you're, you know, say like, we'll use Comic Tom as an example. Big shout out to Comic Tom. He's the kind of kid that probably wouldn't remember this. You know what I mean? He's kind of the young gun. You know, a lot of the, and I'm not disrespecting him or anything, but a lot of people, like the young people that do Mandela Effect videos, they're mainly kind of bullshit, and they're just trying to get views. They're not really trying to tell others about anything. They're using the hype to get views and to build their channel. But this is a great way for you to experience going down that rabbit hole yourself. But remember, try not to fret about, you know, like, oh my God, what the hell's happening? Was it CAP''N crunch, or was it CAPTAIN crunch? You know what I mean? Was it Jiffy peanut butter or Jif peanut butter? You know? So try not to get too scared. I want to tell you a real quick story. The night before in Houston, Texas, Jackie gave a speech to a big congregation of people. I don't know if they were at a church or where they were before. I think they were at a hotel. Jackie was the main speaker of the speech. She was talking to a lot of Hispanic constituents and, you know, just people that support the president. And she gave a great speech, and she did the whole speech in Spanish. Whoa, you go, girl. If you can find the recording, download it illegally, whatever you got to do. I'm just saying, to listen to it. Listen to it, but download it, put it in some kind of audio editor. Play her speech that she did in Spanish. You play that speech backwards. And she's going to tell you in this speech that she's going to kill her husband the following day. We're going to look at this video one more time, maybe two more times. I want you to pay close attention to Jackie in this video. Now, like I said, this really, you know, people say JFK conspiracy, JFK conspiracy, JFK conspiracy. But this conspiracy has been affected. Many people remember 4 people in the car being the main big one. The skull piece. Back and to the left. It kind of looked like he went back and to the right, didn't it? Like he went, I know, no, you can't really, but imagine back and to the right. Not back into the left, like his head following toward Jackie to the left. You know? You ready to have your mind blown again? Let's blow it one more time. And get the video queued up. I know you're all ready to see this. And I don't mean to be sick showing the man getting shot, but I just want to make you think about something different. Like I said, this is graphic. If you're not ready to see it, close your eyes. Took the first shot. He notices it. Conley notices it. Jackie looks over. Remember what I told you the night before? Spoke Spanish. Play the audio track back. She said she's killing him the next day. The back seat. Focus on the middle of the back seat. Maybe something behind the armrest, the middle armrest. Something behind the middle armrest. She's going to pull out. She's going to use her left hand. Look at her left hand. She's going to put something under JFK's chin looks to be 6-piece revolver. She's going to pull the trigger. The trajectory of the blood is going to go straight up in the air. No skull piece, right? Then, once the shot takes place, watch Jackie's arm. It looks like she's hiding something in the middle of the back seat, which looks like a pistol. You see how there's something in her hand right now? Let's go back a little bit. I want you to watch Jackie's hands. There's her hand. You see that? You see what she's got in her hand? Let's see if I can zoom it in maybe. I don't know if it'll let me. I don't really want to go full, well, but I don't want to go full screen because then that's going to be like totally just ripping these people off. You see that thing in her hand right there? She puts she's pushing down on his left shoulder because she wants to see where the bullet hit him. You know, I think it was in the chest or something. Now remember, the second shot. Okay, now look at Jackie. It's hard to see right there. Now, she has something. Keep watching. Now, at this point here, she's getting closer to his face. Watch Jackie. She's getting really close to his face. She's almost if she's talking to him or whispering something in his left ear. Her right, is that her right? Yeah, that's her right arm is around his back. Now, this is the part where I think she put something under his chin. If you look really close, you can't see it, but watch the trajectory. Imagine it. See it. Boom! You see how close that was, but it did not hit Jackie. I don't know if you can see the blood go up in the air. Some videos, they break it down better. But did you see that? Did you see how it went forward? See how it went forward? It went like that. Almost if she put something under him and shot. Now watch her now. It looks like she's going to put the gun in the back of the middle seat. You see that? Right there. What is that she's got in her hand right here? And she sticks it down in the middle of the seat. She's pushing off with her left arm, but where is her right hand? Now she pulls the right hand out of the back after the gun is already placed. Think about it. Pretty crazy. So if you study this event as we know it today, in this reality that we live in today, this digital reality, if you know what you remember seeing thousands of times, what thought to be thousands of times as a kid, you'll know that everything is not what it seems. Now, that is the biggest Mandela Effect, memory mass or discrepancy effect. And why do they call it the Mandela Effect? Well, a lot of people thought Mandela died, Nelson Mandela died in the prisons. I remember reading about that in a history books, and I remember seeing his funeral on the television. But in this reality, we all know that Nelson Mandela lived a ripe old age and got out of the jail and did a lot of good things for his country. So, but that's why they kind of call it the Mandela Effect. And now, if you're still with me, what do you think causes this? What do you think causes the Mandela Effect? You know? I've always thought about the first thing I'm going to ask God when I get to heaven. You know, I am a believer in Jesus. And I'm really intrigued to have this as my first question, you know? I mean, like, what was going on down there, man? Was Satan manipulating reality? Is now, as we are on the cusp of 5G, 5GE, you've seen commercials about it, or was it 5G Lite, where the world is blanketed with 5G digital technology that could easily confuse or lead the sheep astray. I'm not saying all technology's bad or even satanic, but I'm saying there are ways that the artificial intelligence and technology of today ruin and corrupt the minds of tomorrow. So, let's talk a little bit about what causes this, you know? I'm still baffled by it. I just thank God that my wife sees the same stuff. Otherwise, yeah, she'd probably really think I'm crazy. I know some of you must be thinking, what the F? Because a lot of you may have never seen me do one of these kind of videos, and it may be scary or it might be freaking you out. So, in the beginning, and I'm reading a lot of this from alternate memories, the Mandela Effect, it's been around long enough to see that it's hitting the mainstream. And for anyone new to it, we're talking of that phenomenon where significant groups of people remember something for which there is little to no evidence available, rather than just their memories. And rather than accept that their memory is faulty, these people claim the past has somehow changed for them. You know, these folks, a lot of us, you know, it's like the past has changed. It's not what we remember anymore. You can brush up more on it on this website, alternatememories.com, which you can find down below. And you'll find out that around 2010, this woman named Fiona Broome, she popularized the Mandela Effect name after she met some people at a place called Dragon Con, and they were talking about Mandela, and a lot of them together thought he died in the 1980s. So the idea of group false memories, that's been around in various forms, but however, as it turns out, the Mandela example had too. And although the term went viral and it's the one familiar to everyone now, the scientific term, and I've talked about this before, is MMDE, mass memory discrepancy effect. And this covers the Mandela effect as well as wider instances of group false memories such as deliberate propaganda, mass brainwashing, like I told you, the mind control, they can do that. Do any of y'all here have a, oh God, I've got so much goodness for y'all tonight. Brainwashing via advertising, etc. I'm not going to go over some of these old ass examples. I want to get to the 10 possible explanations, but before I do that, I want to kill the music for a minute, and I want to play a sound effect for each and every one of you. The people that have seen these changes, the Mandela Effect changes, and I'm going to check the chat. How about the dark side of the moon and the Wisdom of Oz? Yeah. The Wisdom of Oz, the monkskin that's hanging in the tree. Oh, man. And there is residue of a lot of things. You know, Tom Hanks, when he repeats the line, he repeats it just fine, you know, the originally way it intended to be. Whew, the way that how I remembered it in my reality. Let me play this for you real quick. We're going to play a 5 kilohertz sound, or a sound wave, a 5 kilohertz sound wave. Did y'all hear that okay? Let me turn up the volume. A lot of people that have the Mandela Effect Certain times, I don't know, I don't write it down all the time. This happens to me maybe once every 2 or 3 days. You're going to get something in your ear. It's a tinnitus. You're going to get this high-pitched sound wave. Normally it's 5,000 hertz or 5 kilohertz. You're going to get this sound wave, and you're going to hear ringing in your ear. Sometimes it's both ears. Sometimes it's just one ear. A lot of the people where the veil's been lifted, that we can see this MMDE, the Mandela Effect, the quantum effect, whatever you want to call it, listen to this sound. And if you see some of these changes and you also hear like a ringing in your ear at random times, like that, you hear that? Oh, sorry, William. So yeah, William knows exactly what I'm talking about. He gets that same ringing in the ear as well. Hypnotic Eye, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to see you, my friend, here in the chat tonight as we're talking about Mandela Effect, possible Mandela Effect origins. You know what I mean? So thank you so much. Let me hide, like, I'm gonna kind of remove your comment and stuff, because it's never cool to like come into someone's live show and just call him stupid and stuff, because this is true stuff I believe. Ask yourself, Hypnotic Eye, are you like old enough to see certain different things? Because age also has a lot to do with it. But like I said, Hypnotic Eye, you may never this reality, especially if you're one of the sheeple, that don't really open, I guess, your hypnotic eye to other truths out there. You may not really like know and stuff, but that's okay too. We're gonna remove that comment, but we're gonna keep you around and make sure that you're enjoying the show, and maybe you can add a little bit to the show as well. And he says he always hears it, so that's cool. All right, so let me show you this. I'm going to go over some of the origins. Okay, so a lot of times, some of the possible explanations for the Mandela Effect, Sunshine, I love you, man. Faulty memory. Maybe it's just I'm misremembering stuff, Many Mandela effects seem to revolve around maybe some trivial spelling mistakes, or misheard lyrics, or dates of relatively unimportant events. False memories, right? Do some people remember that the comedian Sinbad made a movie called Shazam, or some kind of genie movie? Well, they never made that movie, so could have been like that. How about this, number 2? This was mentioned before by Sleepy Reader 666. Time travelers. How about time traveling? Physicists, they'll tell you that the universe is ultimately, by the laws of mathematics, and there's nothing in those laws preventing the arrow of time from going backwards, So maybe it could happen, How about a rich man's toy? It's even been suggested, due to the amount of effort and money needed, if a time machine were to be built, it could be afforded by the wealthiest individuals, corporations, or governments, man. It doesn't sound too far-fetched, because there's an article on MiseriusUniverse.org which talks, let me see, did this guy misspell this? It's MysteriousUniverse.org, anyway, which talks of Donald Trump's uncle, John G. Trump, being in possession of Nikola Tesla's time machine plans. Just saying, that's pretty weird. Number 3, me and William Thorg's favorite, CERN. They've got this big-ass large hadron collider out there in Switzerland. If you're fans of The Flash, Infinite Crisis, you know about these big, large hadron colliders where they're circular and, they're throwing matter and they're busting up these atoms at the speed of light, trying to recreate the Big Bang Theory. Well, what if that happens where they boom these things together and open up little mini portals? Someone did let me see. We got this. I want to see if there's the the overlapping. Oh yeah, there is the overlapping. So we'll get to that one too, because one of you brought that up as well. Thought that was pretty awesome. Look at old hypnotic eye. LP was right. LP was right. I guess he was. I guess LP was right. R-Truth, African American wrestler. Yeah, I mean, he's undefeated in Canada. So, Hypnotic Eye, good luck on your future endeavors. All right, so, and like I said, Hypnotic Eye, I'm sorry, man, you had to go to timeout. But we can't all be winners, and if you don't like this content, it's not like I'm bashing people or whatnot. I'm just kind of like telling people that there are other things out there, and if they just kind of open their eyes up and they take in new things. I mean, because it's just like the comic book community, and no disrespect, but, you watch these channels and everyone's saying, hey, these are the top 10 books. And then all these people are buying the top 10 books. But the dude that probably came out with the app, he's already bought the top 10 and he's probably already flipped them on eBay for a lot of money. I mean, some people will do things on YouTube that will benefit themselves, A lot of people on YouTube want to get famous. They want to get views. They want to get subscribers, because they want to become famous. They want to make some money. They're addicted to fame, things of that nature. But what if you used that time on YouTube instead, a couple of things, instead use your time on YouTube to not worry about a guy like myself that has enemies, and these enemies are sending, some people over to troll my channel. I don't know why. Like, why do you waste your time coming over here if you're just going to be a negative person? You can always stay at those other channels and watch those channels. Not many people do. I mean, but like, be one of those people and help those guys out. So there's a lot of different ways that the Great Legend hasn't done a lot of comic content lately. We can also turn this into a better truth video if you want to get really banged up or whatnot. But do your thing, talk about what you want to talk about. If you don't like these kind of videos, give me a thumbs down. Don't watch these videos. I mean, I'm not watching y'all's stuff, so anyway. So, always going to be some haters. I love my haters. So we got CERN. Okay, so you know what you love. All of you people love this. Even you young millennials or little guys that think they know hypnotizing. You got this company called CERN, and they're doing all these crazy experiments, and they're actually, CERN addresses the Mandela Effect in a video, and I want y'all to check out this. All these links are on alternatememories.com, so definitely you take a look and really go down the rabbit hole yourself. I'm just kind of giving you an outline plan that you can go on so you can experience maybe some of the things that I've experienced when the veil was lifted for me in November of 2016 by my good buddy William Thorg, who's also a pretty damn good gamer as well. So make sure y'all research CERN. One quick thing about CERN, I don't remember the exact date, but CERN actually created the World Wide Web. They came up with the www, all that good stuff. And if you look at the letter W in Hebrew, let me show you this. If you look at that in Hebrew, www in Hebrew is the number 666. So if you look at the letter W in Hebrew, that actually stands for a 6. So every time you're tapping in www, you're tapping in 666, which, could be another thing. This could be if you're a Christian or you believe in some of the end time stuff you may have read in the book of Revelation. Of course, I remember the book of Revelations. See, Satan even can change the Bible with this stuff. But what I'm trying to say is this World Wide Web could be the ground or say the foundation of the beast system. You've never heard of the beast system. You will one of these days. It may not be called the beast system, but it's going to be called kind of creepy stuff. Big shout out to Sleepy Reader. Sleepy Reader WWW. I think he actually wanted to be WWW, but he's like, 666 sounds cooler. But let me tell you, 666 is actually hotter. All right, so let's get off that. Let's go to maybe what we said before. The Matrix, man, right? What if I told you, we all live in a computer program? You ever heard of Sid Meier's Civilization, Sid City? And what if this Matrix is controlled by an advanced artificial intelligence? With the advent of the computer games, simulations of 3D worlds, there came the idea that as computers became more powerful, they might one day simulate reality itself. So we could be living in the Matrix, And like I said, it's interesting to see that line. What if I told you the supposed line for the Matrix movie is actually a Mandela Effect itself? He never said that. How about this? Number 5, our minds, our conscious, the ascension of human consciousness. We're evolving, and our minds are going to the next step, If you have ever researched quantum computers and how quantum computers work, they're trying to simulate the firecrackers that go off between our neurons and electrons and all that crap that goes on in the brain. They're doing that on a much faster level, but in quantum computers. So many articles that cover the evolution of human awareness, whether it be some weird tinnitus in your ear that you think could be related to the Mandela Effect or just something else. Like I said, if you kind of take the time to listen to your mind, listen to your thoughts, be open to other ideas, and we can talk about other ideas in another video too. I've got a video I was planning on doing on Legends Truth called Don't Be Afraid of Innovation. Don't be scared of innovation, and don't be afraid of change. If something doesn't work for you, maybe invent or create something different to make your products better or possibly even your channel better. So that's a future truth video as well. Spend less time on, worrying about yourself than like worrying about other people that are more successful than you. If you worry more about yourself and try to, project yourself as and be a better person, then by being a better person, some of that stuff's going to help in your own personal life. So kind of talks about memories. Of course, there's the whole government, corporate, social engineering, the controlling the masses. This is what you're going to learn about. And if you watch my Legends Truth about mind control, how there could be mind control through social media, how Russians bought a lot of ads to convince a lot of people to vote for certain different people, or the time where a lot of our we had the Black Lives Matter movement. There was a lot of people, a lot of African Americans, good-hearted black people, had this awesome movement, to show that the world is a diverse world, and they needed to have their movement because they're tired of, they believe they were getting passed over, so it's all about Black Lives Matter too. And plus, they were tired of the cops beating the crap out of them, because that's true. A lot of times they was a little too hard on folks. But so what we had a lot of these Black Lives Matter Facebook ads where, they would only, and how Facebook will share stuff. So Facebook shared that, they said, okay, these folks here, these are African American ethnicity, so these are the ones you want to put the ad on their pages. So that's what these people did. They put Black Lives Matter ads on predominantly African American Facebook profiles. These people donated the money to help the cause because it's an important cause. Not only black people, hell, I'm tired of seeing everybody get messed up, by police brutality or whatnot. But they donated a lot of money. Now, little did they know that Black Lives Matter little movement on Facebook was created by a middle-aged white Australian who was just taking all their money. And so they got screwed. And the sad thing about it is most of them don't even know they got screwed because and I'm not just saying like, African Americans. I'm talking about everyone in the whole damn Facebook thing. People read these ads, and a lot of them are bullshit ads. They're fake news, and they're just ways to suck people in, to click on ads, to steal information. They steal your information through tracking cookies so they can sell you more shit you like. More stuff that you're going to want to buy because it's the market they're trying to sell stuff to. So be very careful, and don't let government, don't let Facebook, don't let Twitter, don't let YouTube, don't let Instagram control your life. You're going to see a lot of us are comic book collectors. You're going to see a lot of kick-ass comic books out there. You're going to want those comics. You're a YouTube guy, you're a YouTube creator. You see these big-time channels, and you want to have that fame. You want to have those views. You want to have that fortune. Big shout out to Economics and Comics. $1.99 super chat of love. He says, I love you, bro. I love you too, Bill. But these people are going to be trying, to, entice you, make you jealous, because that's what social media, one of the biggest things on social media, you get jealous of one person, you spend more money, so you have what that person now has. Not only will it work for comics, you might want to buy some subscribers. Maybe you don't have a lot of YouTube subscribers, want to buy you some subscribers, and then what you do, you start looking at YouTube and you're like, and this is just great because this is kind of where the future's going. Oh my God, this person has more thumbs up on their Instagram or their likes on Instagram. This person has more of me than this, blah, 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 blah. So people are going to kind of start getting jealous, and they shouldn't get jealous. If your current channel's not successful, do like professional wrestlers do. Change your gimmick, get back out there, work harder, work smarter, grow the right way, and the payoff is going to be better than anything you could have ever expect. So, don't ever get discouraged if you don't have a lot of views or a lot of subs, and try not to waste your time fretting about it and thinking about it too much, because then you're going to be spending more time on Social Blade to see if someone bought subs instead of focusing on your own channel, And that's the thing. If you really want to grow, focus on your own channel. Another great way to do it, and we're halfway through. I'm going to give you 5 more, but I'm going to do, I'll save my other stuff for last. Let's see. Mental states and the human desire for answer. Now, this is the one where I said, is the Mandela Effect stuff driving you crazy? Like, are you addicted to conspiracy theories, and stuff like that? And I like researching some conspiracy theories because, in a way, I believe that, some of this stuff's could be really true, Another one, this is a cool one. Parallel universes colliding. So, if there are the parallel universe thing, and DC gets it right. The great thing I love about DC Comics is they have a lot of ways to where a lot of this stuff I'm reading about, oh man, Comic G, man, I'm speaking the mind. That's what you get on Legend Truth. Amen, brother. Loving the message. Thank you so much. I really love doing these. I just kind of have to I have to think about it. I have to pray about it. I have to get the message. God usually gives me the message on these, and I'm not going to get too preachy or Christian on y'all, because some of y'all we may not have the same beliefs, and I don't want to, get too, I don't want to bash anyone's beliefs. But science does show particles can exist in multiple locations before being observed when they collapse into what the observer calls reality. Many, and you know, it's DC all over again. Have y'all ever heard of Convergence? Have y'all ever read Crisis on Infinite Earths, where it's basically the anti-monitor is wiping out these infinite Earths, and he's only leaving some, and then there's some like Earths. Think of them as circles, but they converge on each other. And you see the point where, you know, if you have two circles and you draw, say, something like the number 8, right? You draw like two circles and two Earths, right? What if the Earths collapsed on each other? So, see that part right there? That middle part, when they collapse on each other, things changes. Say on this earth over here, it was Luke, I'm your father. On this earth over here, no, I'm your father. But imagine if both of these things collapse together, what if it could mesh them together or change? Who knows Billy Mays? You know, I'm a big fan of Billy Mays. I'm a big fan of Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs. You know, the Billy Mays sold a product called OxyClean. And I'm going to spell the way I remember OxyClean when Billy Mays was doing the commercials. And what's great about YouTube is you can go back in time and you can look at these old school commercials. OxyClean. See that? OxyClean, right? Well, think again. Because in this reality, it's OXI, but I remembered it OXY. Big shout out again for Economics and Comics for all the super chats tonight, and Comic G-Man. Looks like a flat Earth, LOL. Well, no, this is actually two circles. Well, that's OxyClean, but where's my circles at? Well, I don't know. You saw it, but. No, I don't believe in the flat Earth, you know. But let's see what we got going on here. All right, cool. We got some great people in the chat. Higgs, it's great to see you, man. Tell that brother of yours, man, to just calm down and stop sending these weird hypnotizing people over. I mean, you know, that stuff works too on some of the well, it works on quite a few of the sheeple, but you know. Oh, man. All right, so let's get back on point, man. I'm getting a little distracted. All right, so let's keep going. The parallel Earth thing. So think about Crisis on Infinite Earths when worlds collide and things of that nature. What if some of the just random things, you know, they converge on each other and they change? But here's the thing. My subconscious, my soul, my mind, I still remember the stuff, how it was before possibly the universes collided. Okay? So the nature of reality itself, we can look at, like I said, the Devil's Digital Playground. You know, maybe how does Satan or quantum physics or all this other crap come to play? Listen to quantum physics. Quantum physics, it shows particles that can exist in many different places, but once until one of those wave function collapses down to what we perceive as the reality, it could be possible that this isn't the full picture and we just don't know enough about how nature works. Now, remember what I've always told you, there's 100% out there, you know. We, with our 5 senses, can only see 10% of matter, while there's 90% we can't see. We can't see the spiritual realm. We can't see the astral planes unless we do some astral projection, you know, and stuff like that. I'm not going to try to do any astral projection. When I get killed off or die or whatnot, you know, I'll get transported up to heaven, and, you know, I'll probably breeze by and wave at people in the astral projection and say, "What's up? See y'all people later." And then I'll say, "Don't get left behind. Read some Tim LaHaye and Jerry B. Jenkins, because you don't want that mark of the beast on that ass. Let me tell you that much." How about this? I philosophize, therefore I am. There are countless theories regarding the nature of reality. For example, We got a theory called solipsism, goes so as far to say nothing is real outside of your own mind, and the reality we see all around us is a kind of dream or mental projection, which could hold some truth there. Like I said, 90% of all matter you cannot see in front of you. Just think of that. Pretty crazy. And of course, we have future humans. Suppose humanity evolves far beyond the way we to avoid a butterfly effect through time. And that was another thing that was mentioned, was the butterfly effect. Yep, Higgs, you know what it's all about. See, Higgs, you know this. I'm glad you asked this, because this is one of the ones, you know, that are really weird. And I'll kind of tell you about myself here in a minute. If there are more than one reality, what if there's more than one type of Jesus Christ? There would have to be millions of Jesus Christ that exist, or even infinite, like Jesus Christs that exist. You know, let me look up one quick thing. Let's see if I can find this. Let's see. Trying to find what I'm looking for here. There we go. So, I remember back first verse in the Bible. I remember in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. Now, if you look at the King James Version or Bibles today, it says God created the heavens and the earth, which really hold true, because you imagine multiple heavens. You know, you got the main heaven, you know, imagine the main heaven, God's on the throne, Jesus is there hanging out, angels, stuff like that. You know, kind of imagine that, but imagine other layers of heaven, like astral plane, purgatory, you know, the kind of in-between place. You know, imagine some of these different places, not only on the earths, the parallel earths, but the parallel heavens as well. So, excellent question. And I'm going to tell you one of the other things I do believe possibly the parallel earth thing, but up until one point, I believe everything stayed the same. I want to say maybe time travel, Matrix stuff. Maybe God is like Sid Meier and we're all in the Matrix, but only some people find out the real thing, that we're really not in the Matrix. Maybe it's just like some omnipotent being, like say the Watcher. You know, that's kind of what they said, future humans, and how they can observe from the past, and they could watch things in the past but possibly change some minor things in the past too. So these are really cool. There's about 10 of these. They're all on alternatememories.com, so definitely check out all of these things, because you'll learn so much. And a lot of the cool stuff, if you're just into, oh yeah, I'll show you a couple more examples. This one gets me every time. This is really cool. Is it on Gremlins, right? Do you remember? Come on, zoom in. On Gremlins #1, the first Gremlins movie, do you remember Spike? Because, you know, you had that Spike mohawk. Or do you remember Stripe? Now, I remember the original. For me personally, in my original timeline as a kid, watching this movie 1,000 times, I remember Spike. But what about Stripe? I always thought it was Stripe. Okay, so you thought it was Stripe. See, I always thought it was Spike. So there's that one. But, you know, and a lot of times, people are going to, like, both see it as different. I see it as Spike, but some people see it as Stripe. So, and another thing about this was, these things can happen anytime for all different people. So it doesn't all happen at the same time. I saw the Volkswagen logo change before my wife saw it change. So there's just so many different possibilities with the whole thing. It's like William Thorpe said, like William Thorpe, there's multiple great legends out there, right? In different different parallel Earths too. So one great legend would remember the Kennedy assassination one way, you know, probably the way that the current reality is. The 6 people in the car, looks like Jackie shot the guy. The whole play the record backwards. She says she's going to kill him the next day. So that legend right there is this reality. But I'm still have the subconscious memories of the great legend from, say, Earth A. You remember William Thorpe, you did that great video where you showed the different Earths? Well, I've still, I may be from this reality, but my subconscious mind, and I also want to say, add my soul itself remembers different things. Isn't it cool? I mean, well, I think it's cool. I mean, some people are going to get scared and stuff, but I definitely want you to check out alternatememories.com. I mean, you'll be glad you did. And if you can't see Mandela Effect type stuff, don't worry about it. I mean, just read it as entertainment, But it's really cool. It's really something interesting to look at. It's kind of different stuff. On this show, you get comics, cooking, gaming, and the truth. And, I'm not the most perfect person in the world. I'm not the best person in the world. I've got people that love me, like me, hate me. They know the Great Legend Show. And like I said, we're going to be doing another video soon about stuff like innovation, innovation, never be afraid to innovate or do something new. If something's not working for you, or you're not growing, not only as a comic book collector, not only as a YouTube channel, but, put all that stuff aside. Focus on your life first, your personal life, man. Get your shit together, man. Man, when you get your shit together and you open your eyes and the freaking veil is lifted, like I said, not everyone's going to be able to see it, and that's okay too. But never get so frustrated where, you're upset, where, if you're, doing something or you're seeing someone else, and if there's people that are successful, let's go back in time. We had a beautiful, wonderful 2018, freaking loved it. So much positivity in the community. We had the community come together, did the greatest auction of all time. Strictly Comics presenting that Hero Initiative live auction, all the money that comes together, all the channels, everyone got to know each other. And I think one of the cool things about that was that big auction brought people together. We brought all the community that I knew, New York Warriors, Lords of the Long Box, Take Your Time Collectors, Brian B, JLS, Drake Comics Comedy, All About Comics, JP, Comic Core, all of these channels, ETA Nick, Tomoa, Contender, Kingdom Comics, Sunshine Collects Things, just all these people, everyone in the chat. Sheila Flaming, William Thor, Economics in Comics, Comic G-Man, Higgs, man, Higgs. See, the C-3PO leg got you as well? See, I mean, your brother, he doesn't believe in any of this stuff. But Higgs, like I said, it's all different stuff. So, it looks like the flat earth. Well, it is. I mean, some of the pictures are pretty weird, Okay, well, and the medical you do here, and I have had, I think I am getting progressive hearing loss, but yeah. So where's my cooking show? The cooking show will be back. I mean, it'll all be back, but no, I'm just here, to shine light, shine positivity, to tell you stuff you don't know. I have a lot of opinions on comic books as well, and how we can relate comic books to the game Elite Dangerous as Pips. I was talking to my good friend Comic Spectre. Oh my God, it's already 2:09. But he reminds me so much of myself because, when I first got back into comic book collecting, for instance, I wanted to buy a lot of the new modern books because, man, DC New 52, man, they were killing it. I saw a lot of other YouTube channels. I was kind of new back into collecting comics. When I saw all these other YouTube channels, like, man, they're getting so many books. This is so awesome. I want to get a lot of books too, because I want to have just as much comic books to talk about that some of my peers are talking about, so I can, not necessarily compete, but to share my own personal experiences with the world and the rest of the comic book community that may not know that this kick-ass gamer with one of the greatest voice for television, TV, or radio, television, TV, that's the same shit, sorry, movies, television, or radio, or even recording audiobooks, I want to let those people know that I've got different opinions on this show, and that's what makes YouTube such a great place, that we got all these different opinions. But I'm kind of a comic book collector, where I started collecting a lot of moderns, and I thought Holy Grails and key issues were kind of a pipe dream, but I had a lot more money to spend, and key issues and Holy Grails, they were in my reach, and I bought a lot of key issues and Holy Grails early in my comic book YouTube collecting career, which was great because I saved a lot of money, and I didn't intend to buy these books as like, stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. I bought some of my favorite first appearances of some of my favorite characters. I wasn't buying a book necessarily to flip it down the line and get a lot of money for it. Nothing wrong with that. That's actually a very smart move to do, especially if you flip brand new books that are really hot, spec type books. You make a lot of money off those. And then you can buy some Golden Age or some Silver Age or some Holy Grails or some CGC books, stuff like that. So that's the Sunshine Collect Things method. Him and old Houdat and a lot of people have been doing that. I don't want to tell the other names of the people that do it because I don't want to ruin their style. But a lot of people, if you see a lot of people show these hot Holy Grails, that's one easy way to get their Holy Grails is by trading up, selling a lot of your moderns. If you have some really cool variants that people are looking for, those bring in, some decent money. Sometimes there is a fall on variants. I don't even know why I'm talking about this shit. This is comic book bullshit. I need to get on, more Legends Truth. Comic crap we'll talk later, but what kind of just wrapping it all up. And where's my kick-ass music at? Ooh, slasher theme? Yeah, let's listen to that shit. Sounds good. But just getting at, a lot of people are different. A lot of folks that possibly came in 2015, 2016, and they were having all these other channels, and it was kind of like the wrestling business. When Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels went back to WWF for the second time, first time they got fired due to some kind of bar fight, was it real? Who knows? But it's like a telephone game. One person said something about one person, and then everyone said, yeah, screw that guy, he's a dick. So it's kind of like perception becomes reality. How you perceive a story, and then how you hold that story inside you. And I'm guilty of that too. Sunshine may remember a campfire he built. But if you have those things and you get sucked in and you listen to someone else's views on things about maybe someone else or someone you dislike, then that could do the whole thing where people want to come after you with torches and pitchforks. So that kind of sucks. But so Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels to shake Andre the Giant's hand. He's like, leave me alone, get on it. And the Rockers, let me tell you, the Rockers on their second time in WWF, they worked their ass off, had amazing matches. Every time on the card, they stole the show by the things they did. And finally, Andre got to tag with them. He liked them. Everyone went to the bar when the show was all done, the hotel bar. Shawn Michaels went down there. Andre said, come over here, have a beer. And so finally he did that, and Shawn said, and they shook hands. Finally, Shawn shook his hand. And Shawn said, well, why didn't you ever shake my hand when I was in line to shake your hand? Because it was like a mafia, when all the wrestlers were behind in the scenes in the dressing room. Andre was playing cards, but a lot of the wrestlers shook his hand. They said, hey, boss, how you doing? And I shook his hand. And the Rockers always tried to do the same. So Andre said, reason I didn't shake her hand is I didn't like you at first. But then I learned to like you. And then he said, and he says, well, you learned to like me. You still didn't shake my hand for all these months. He says, I know. Andre ribbed you. Andre do long ribs. Andre has giant ribs. And what I mean by ribs, for any of you wrestling fans that don't know the lingo, ribs are like long-standing jokes or hiding someone's bag. But Andre loved ribbing people. And he just loved watching the Rockers look scared shitless and scared of how they looked at Andre because they were so nervous going up to the big guy and shaking his hand. And if you think about that story, you can think about a lot of things that happen in YouTube right now. Sometimes, hey, I'm not no superstar. I've got 4,800 subs because I kicked ass on video games and had an excellent cooking show. Do people like some of my comic book stuff? Sure, but you know, I already was 2,000 in or whatnot before I even probably did comic books. I don't know, I'd have to go back and look, but I know it was already above all the numbers. But the thing of the matter is, can't judge a book by its cover, and you can't judge a YouTuber by their cover neither, you know. Always get to know them, get to know the inside before you make your decisions about the person. Don't let someone else tell you, you know, that this guy's a piece of crap, or this girl doesn't know how to collect comic books, you know, or R-Truth doesn't deserve to be United States champion, even though he beat Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev back to back. Don't ever judge a book by its cover, because until you open the book and take a look for yourself, you'll never know what you find. And that thing you might find a treasure waiting to be opened, and having the brightness of that treasure shine in your life and make you a better person for checking out that treasure. Now, I know that was kind of long. It was kind of like a pirate analogy, but it holds true because this is the Legend's Truth. That's about all the time I got for y'all this evening. I want to make sure, let y'all know I'm very happy y'all turned out to the show. I hope I gave y'all enough chat. I hope I gave you enough shout outs. I hope I gave you enough chat. And I want you to know the chat is always where it's at. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for each and every one of you. If you enjoy the Legend's Truth, after the show is over, after the show is done, if you want to have some more fun, let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more Legend's Truth on the Great Legend Show. It's as easy as that, you know. Sting's baseball bat. I look up above. I don't see a lot of love because I think Sting's coming down to give me the Scorpion Death Drop. So I better get out of here before I get bopped over the head with the bat while I'm trying to go to bed. I need that sleep, so I need to rest my head. So let the rhymes continue, let them surprise. The Great Legend always does like to come at you live. All right, I'll quit rhyming. I don't want to show off. But in this head, I'm already 10 seconds fast forward. I think a lot of things before they come out of my mouth. So who would ever thought I could do some rhymes being a brother from down south? I gotta let you go, but check us out on Comico. It's Friday at 9 and we're gonna have a good time. C. Woodard's back, he's in the hosting seat. Everyone get there because I all want you to meet a special guest we're also gonna have online. This man, we always have a really good time. Hot damn, his name is Sam. He's the architect and he's gonna curb stomp your neck into the mat. Get fat, dropping the rhymes and the beats just like that. Where's my hat? I took it off. It's getting hot and I don't want to start to cough because the allergies, they're what they need to be. They're making my nose feel a little shitty. I should have said runny, but shitty was kind of cool. It's always nice to cuss and rhyme at school. Well, I gotta go. I had a good show. I'm thankful for all of y'all that came out a little more. You need to do this weekly. You're the original at this. Man, I really love Alexa Bliss. Yeah, man. Sneezy, cheesy, say pleasey, and you may get some more of me, the Great Legend. You know, and here's the fun thing. I used to write my rhymes down on a stenography notepad. And man, when you write them down, I mean, they're freaking solid. Once you have the beat, just take some paper, some sheets, you know, write them all down like you're telling a story, and make music. And even though if you're not a good singer, or, you know, it doesn't matter if you know how to freestyle rhymes or any of that other stuff, just use the talents that God's given you and use those talents to your advantage. You know, maybe you're a good artist, comic writer, entertainer, comedian, you play music, You know, everyone does something. So make that something that you do. Make it something for everyone to enjoy and put it on YouTube. There's another rhyme for you. Well, I'm going to leave y'all with like some nicer songs tonight. You know, like one of my favorites, Pandemonium. I really love that song. And I want to close with this. Help others, you know, what I've been doing in 2018. And I want to do like a video that closes out my 2018 and talks about the 2019. I still haven't done that yet. But for me, I did less content, and I made it a point. One of the goals of 2018 was to do less but do more. And when I say do less content, you make less videos, but if you have to do video... Oh man, sorry, I just burped. That's a free one. You know, because I do this for free. But it is always nice to get some super chats, I ain't gonna lie. But you know, it's getting late. I forgot what I was gonna say because, geez, it's already 2:22. It's a new day. It's Friday, TGIF, one of my favorite times. But again, I want you to all just do your best. But like I said, what I've tried to do, I'll go ahead and turn that off. What I've tried to do is, instead of focus so much about my own channel, my own views, looking at Social Blade every day, worrying about likes or dislikes or any of that other kind of stuff, is just to kind of have fun on YouTube. But like I said, if you want to grow on YouTube, don't put yourself first. Put your viewers first, put your audience first, put your subscribers first. When you do a live show, these are the people in the chat room. Joker68 in the house, God bless you, man. I hope you're feeling a lot better, brother. Anyone play Elite Dangerous? It's a kick-ass space game. I want to play some more of that from my boy Robert Galvin. But, you know, I find, and what I found out in 2018, you know, I had some issues, you know, and I probably wasn't the best friend to some people. You know, a lot of people disagree about stuff and everything like that. And, you know, I was wrong on a lot of different things as far as, like, you know, trying to help people in ways that would make them better people. You know, try to open up their eyes. And I'll tell you a little bit about fame here in a minute, because I want to keep this going just a little bit longer, because I don't want to forget any of this important information. You know, help people see that fame, money, fortune, popularity, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever's, that's really not the important thing. When I first got into YouTube, the great legend was a pure asshole. He was a heel. He was one of the coolest gamers, but he was also kind of a bad boy, you know what I mean? And we kicked ass, man, and we got heat, and got a lot of heat. We got a lot of views too, you know. A lot of views, a lot of money was coming in back in the video game day. I was getting some of that Bueller. I call it that Bueller money. I'm just kidding. I give him a hard time. But no, it was really awesome. You know, I'll let you know. $300 monthly, YouTube. I got the 4th most commented on video in the gaming section under trending. I mean, it was awesome. And what was cool, the preview pic had me doing the 4 Horsemen logo, and it was actually the fourth video, the 4th most commented on video in the YouTube gaming section. I'm doing like this. This was circa 2010. You know, this is like, I'm in my prime, totally in my prime, and it was just my 2nd year. But I've done acting, I've done plays, you know, I've got a great voice. I've been on stage in my 20s, you know, not so much as being an old dad. But hell, look, it worked for the man from Breaking Bad. Dad, Bad, Breaking Bad, you know, Walter White, Bryan Cranston. Doesn't matter what age you are. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. Doesn't matter your ethnicity. I've always said this, God didn't use cookie cutters. You know, everyone's different. Everyone has something inside them that they need to share with the world. You know, if you have negativity, don't share that shit. I don't want to hear that stuff. Although sometimes I kind of smile and it does kind of like, yeah, that guy's telling the truth. But, you know, I don't want to get a little too frisky because I don't want to upset people, you know, like, and stuff like that. I'm not here to build walls like some dumb MFer. I'm here to tear down the walls, break the walls down because it's clobbering time. And, you know, I want to meet people. I want to inspire people. I want people to be better. You know, there's something on YouTube called the community tab. You get this really cool thing. You know, everyone wants super chat. Keep in mind, Google does take out 30% of super chats. Don't know if y'all know that. It does suck. But, but at least you get something. And then, man, there's just so much to tell you all. I mean, it's like Legends Truth. And when you hear me say Legends Truth, this is just my truth. This is just ways I want to try to help each and every one of you. But there's this community tab. So, you know, everyone, 1,000 subs. We're going to get 1,000 subs. We're going to do some live shows. We're going to increase our watch time. We're going to be monetized. We're going to get super chat. So we got money coming in on the ads, monetization. We got money coming in on the super chats. And that's really cool. Money's pretty awesome. And I want to ask you a question. And I want you to be honest with yourself. I want you to think about it long and hard. I know we've got a great community out there. You can tell I've been watching a man named TJ. I almost said TJF because it is Friday. TJ Watson. Has been doing a lot of AOKs. You know, he's trying to, I think, cut down on his raw book collection. So he's sending some raw books, you know. So really a lot of nice people that do AOKs out there. OMG, Old Man Gamer Chris, if he's out there, he does a lot of AOKs. A lot of these people in the chat do AOKs. Joker68 does the AOKs. Just so many good people. But, and that's cool because you're giving back. So another thing you get when you get 1,000 subs and all that kind of stuff, you get something called the community tab. And this is a tab, think of Twitter, think of Facebook, think of Instagram. It's a section that you can post stuff on. Say you're going to be premiering a video like Friday night. Hey, come by the Great Legend Show. We got this video premiering Friday night. Come check out my latest auction. Hey, I've added part 5 to the Fantastic Four Complete Collection on my playlist. Check it out. So you put these community posts, and these posts are going to show up on the computer and on the phones. They're not on the iPads or the tablets yet. But since I haven't been doing a lot of comic book content, and I know a lot of my subscribers are comic book subscribers, so what I'll do, instead of like making a video that my heart's not into it, or, you know, I'm feeling lazy, or the anxiety's bothering me, or if my just heart and soul is not into making a video, and I don't want to make a video to just hop on YouTube and half-ass some bullshit for some views, or some damn subs, or some stuff that don't mean anything to me. The things that mean the most to me are the videos that help people. And like the videos that I make that help people, most of the time in my community tab, I use that tab to promote other channels. Some of the favorite things I like to do on the community tab through the ways of promotion is promoting anyone that has a live auction. I'm a humongous fan of the auctions. So anytime JP from All About Comics, or Biggs from the New York Warriors, BLC, Big Line Cat 646, Alex the Comic Quarter and the Comicaholics, Spidey Fan when he does his auctions, Whitewell Alec when he does auctions. When these guys have these cool auctions, I'll put that on the community tab. I go a step further. You may see these little goofy, kooky videos. I may be driving. They're 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes tops. And they're promo videos because I usually try to do them 10 to 5 minutes before an auction. And what I do is I put the auction link in the video description. I remind my 4,800 and whatever subs. It's like, dudes, you know, check out some of these auction channels right now. I'm going to be over there live in the chat. I'm going to be hanging out with people, chatting with people, getting new people to come to these people's channels. Let me tell you, I don't want to be like, I don't want you to think that, you know, thinking highly of myself, but I had the best time. Brian Spaceboy 227 had an auction. Brian Spaceboy, you know, he's got some subs, you know, and he's building his channel up. He does comics, he does records, vinyl collection, things like that. And what was so funny was I was over there, and Jesus, there was only like 12, 15, maybe 16, 17. So I get off his channel, says, Brian, I'll be right back. I don't know if I did this one or the BLC one. It's just an example. I'll say, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. So I go in the bathroom, I film a promo, 3 to 5 minute promo. I said, hey, Big Lion Cat, Brian Spaceboy 227, these guys got auctions right now. Check them out. I'll see you over there. Let's bid on some stuff. If you're not subscribed to Brian Spaceboy 227, freaking sub him up today. Humongous fan of the comic book community and just a great guy to boot. Put that as a community post. We wait a little bit, you know, okay, stuff's kind of going up. And before we know it, Spaceboy, small channel, had over 50 concurrent live viewers. And dude, I didn't say, you know, I'm letting y'all know now, you know, that yeah, a lot of that probably came from the Great Legend Show. So the thing about it is, what I want to, you know, have y'all do, you know, once you get that super chat, you know, it's like you got dollar signs in your eyes. You know, once you get the monetization turned on, you're going to get so pumped. You're going to check analytics every day to see how much money you're actually making. So a lot of you, oh my God, I got over 1,000 subscribers. I'm famous now. This is the best moment. This is what I've been waiting my whole life for, is to become a YouTube celebrity. You know, get all the fame, get the fortune. You know, you go into the chats, people are shouting you out. Oh my God, Legend's here! Holy shit! You know, things like that. And let me tell you, it's cool. I'm not gonna lie. The young Legend was all over that shit. I was like flies on shit. I was so happy. But as you know, an older adult now, it's a lot of hard work, and it's not just YouTube. You know, it's not just making videos. For me anyway, you know, you do videos, you do all that, that's cool, but the main objective for the Great Legend Show in 2018, the main objective for the Great Legend Show in 2019 is less about the comics, more about the people. You know, I'm not sharing my stuff, I'm sharing other people's stuff. The Great Legend's always got his home here. I've been saying this for 10 years. I've been saying coming at you live 10 years this freaking July or something. You know I'm here. You tap Great, you tap Legend, you tap those 2 words in on Google.com. I'm at the very top of the list. Great Legend's always going to be there. But the things you may not know, if you don't stop and smell the roses, if you don't stop and look at those beautiful flowers like Sam's Tangled Web, Sheila's Flaming Comics, you know, Don Moser now the Mastodon, if you don't look at Comic Spectre, if you don't look at some of our new channels that have been hitting the scenes and you want something new, you know, make sure you subscribe to me, but check my community tab on my channel, youtube.com/r.e95. Click on the community tab and look at some of these YouTubers I've been spotlighting and get to know them, because they've got a lot of great experiences that are like yours, but they also have some experiences that aren't like yours. And, you know, I think in 2018, the big proponent, and it's kind of like I've heard the rumors, I've heard the innuendos that, you know, some of the folks get mad saying, you know, that when they came in, you know, it was like an initiation. You know, you had to earn your stripes when you came in. You know, and I really feel brokenhearted about people that had to go through that. that is really crappy. Like people got treated really badly. But you know, it's not all about that. That I think some of that stuff was wrong. But the best things you can do now is, like I said, promote others, and the people say stuff like, I haven't done a lot of videos, but me personally, I've gained in the past, I don't know, 3-4 months, probably more subscribers just by sharing brand new subscribers, sharing other people's content. And I know it's not going to be a fast way to get 1,000 subs overnight, or 2,000 or whatever, because there's some great channels that are really growing. But if you're comfortable with just a little YouTube growth, starting slow and just let it trickle in, I mean, enjoy it, man, because it's not about numbers. It's not about money. It's not about having the most popular books. Don't see why, but to me and to a lot of other people, it's meeting fellow YouTubers. Now, I'm going to go ahead and leave it with that. I just want everyone to try to, instead of playing the same game, play a new game. Never be afraid for change. Never be afraid to innovate something new. There's a lot of innovators out there. Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, Amazon, the guy, the CBCS. There's all kind of stuff. There's always, new ways to innovate things. Now, innovation's not going to be something, simple. You got to work really hard at it. And, you can't get discouraged. Like I said, if something doesn't work, you fall off the bike, get back on the bike, you keep on pedaling, and just keep it going, and don't get discouraged. And definitely one thing you shouldn't do is get jealous of people and start, getting all into their business and, things like that, because you're wasting time looking at other people's successes when you need to be looking in your own mirror, looking at yourself in the mirror, and try to make those successes your reality. I do believe, even though we have these changes that change the world around us, that change the reality, that changes and makes us, second guess our own memories. But if we can turn the tables on them, when those people, the people that don't like change, the people that don't like see new people come in, the people that have new ideas, new innovations, people that come in and their channels just take off and skyrocket, instead of like worrying about them and not liking those people, because those people are innovators. They wouldn't have the subscribers and stuff they have today if they didn't innovate and change. When you think, like I said, when you think you know the answers, some of these innovators are changing the questions. So take your time, enjoy life, enjoy each other. Come see us tomorrow night on the Comic Core, and we're going to have an awesome time. And then this Saturday, we're going to have a great auction as well on Legends Live Auction. Who Dat's not going to be able to make it, so we may have a specialty auction maybe in the middle of the month with just me and 2 other guys that I've already kind of talked to. We're going to get plans to get that going. But look for tomorrow. Big Bear Comics and Amazing Murfinator return. I may have a guest to fill in for Who Dat spot, but we're going to have Archangel and Canadian's very own Gene Paul, Ace Peter. So make sure you check all that good stuff out. You'll be glad you did. And enjoy Friday. Have a great weekend. This is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.
Oh, baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all. to play